She said, "Stop being so needy. I'll text you when I feel like it." I replied, "No problem." Then I muted her chat, turned off her read receipts, and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Weeks later, she showed up at my door furious, asking why I didn't respond to her calls and 100+ panicked messages. Original post. I, 32 male, had been dating Natalie, 29, for about 7 months. We met through a buddy's barbecue last spring. She was friends with his wife. Smart, funny, worked as a marketing director at some startup. First few months were great. We clicked, had similar interests, the chemistry was there. But around month 5, things started shifting. She'd take longer to respond to texts. Plans would get canceled last minute. When we did hang out, she seemed distracted, always checking her phone. Classic signs, right? But whenever I brought it up, she'd flip it on me. "God, you're so needy lately. Can't you just give me space to breathe? Not everything revolves around you." The conversation that ended it happened 3 weeks ago. We were supposed to grab dinner Friday night. She canceled Thursday evening, 3rd time that month. I called her. "Hey, just wanted to check if everything's okay. You've seemed distant lately." Heavy sigh from her end. "There you go again. This is exactly what I'm talking about." "What do you mean?" "You're suffocating me. Constantly texting, always wanting to know where I am, needing validation every 5 seconds. It's exhausting." "Natalie, I sent you 2 texts today. Good morning and asking about dinner. It's not about the number, it's the energy. You're so needy, like a puppy that needs constant attention." That stung. "So what do you want?" "I want to text when I feel like it. Call when I want to talk. Not because you need your daily dose of reassurance. Stop being so desperate." "All right." "What?" I said, "All right, no problem." "Good, finally. I'll text you when I feel like it." She hung up. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes, phone in hand. 7 months. I'd rearranged my work schedule for her events, helped her move apartments, met her parents, and now I'm needy for basic communication? Fine. She wants to text when she feels like it. Let's see how that works out. I opened her chat, hit mute, no notifications, went to settings, turned off read receipts just for her. Then put my whole phone on Do Not Disturb, only allowing calls from family and close friends through. If she wanted space, she'd get all the space in the universe. Update 1. First week was honestly harder than expected. Kept catching myself almost checking her chat. Had to physically put my phone in another room sometimes, but I stuck with it. Meanwhile, life went on. Caught up with friends I'd been neglecting. Actually finished that woodworking project in my garage. Even went on a weekend trip with my brother, something I'd been postponing because Natalie always had maybe plans that never materialized. My buddy Derek asked about her the second week. Haven't seen Natalie around lately. We're giving each other some space. That code for breaking up? Code for exactly what I said, space. He gave me a look but didn't push it. What I didn't know but would find out later was that Natalie's text when I feel like it started almost immediately, according to the mountain of messages I'd eventually see. Day 1, hey, thinking about you. Day 2, wanna grab coffee this week? Day 3, hello? Day 4, are you seriously ignoring me? Day 5, this is really immature. And it escalated from there. But with notifications muted and read receipts off, she had no idea if I was even seeing them. As far as she knew, I could have been reading every single one and choosing not to respond. Or maybe I hadn't looked at my phone in days. The uncertainty must have been eating at her. By week 2, she'd switched tactics. Called my work. I'm a contractor, have a business line. My office manager took a message. I didn't call back. She tried reaching out through Instagram. I don't check it often anyway, so that was easy to miss. Then came the mutual friends. Derek's wife Melissa called me. Hey, quick question. Is everything okay with you and Natalie? Why? She texted asking if you were all right, said she hasn't heard from you. She told me to stop being needy and she'd text when she felt like it. Guess she hasn't felt like it yet. Melissa laughed. Are you being serious right now? Dead serious. That's kind of brilliant. It's not a game. She wanted space, I'm giving it to her. But here's where it gets interesting. Natalie started spinning a narrative. Told people I was punishing her with the silent treatment, that I was being manipulative and emotionally abusive, made herself the victim. Melissa filled me in later. Natalie had sent her these long messages about how worried she was, how she just wanted to make sure I was okay, how cruel I was being. The beauty of it? I wasn't doing anything. Literally nothing. Just living my life exactly how she asked me to. Not being needy, not seeking validation, not texting unless she texted first, which according to my muted notifications, she was, frantically. Update 2. 3 weeks in, Tuesday evening. I'm reinstalling kitchen cabinets when I hear pounding on my door. Not knocking. Pounding. Look through the peephole. Natalie, hair a mess, mascara smudged, looking absolutely unhinged. Open the door. I know you're in there. Your truck is outside. I opened it but kept the chain on. Hey Natalie. Don't you hey Natalie me? Where the hell have you been? I've been right here. I've been texting you for weeks, calling. I even went to your work. Okay? Okay? That's all you have to say? You said you'd text when you felt like it. I assumed you hadn't felt like it. Her face went from red to purple. I sent you hundreds of messages. Huh. Must be a phone issue. Show me your phone. No. Why not? Because you told me I was needy and suffocating. I'm giving you space? Isn't that what you wanted? I didn't mean. That's not. You know what I meant. I know exactly what you said. Stop being needy. Don't text unless you text first. Give you space. That's what I'm doing. This is manipulation. No, this is literally what you asked for. She tried to push past the door chain. We need to talk about this. Do we though? You made it pretty clear that my need for basic communication was exhausting. I'm just trying not to exhaust you anymore. You're twisting my words. I'm repeating them verbatim. She stood there for a second, then her demeanor changed. Tears started. I was stressed about work. I didn't mean it. I miss you. Can we please just talk? Natalie, you called me a needy puppy, said I was desperate, suffocating. Those are some pretty specific words. I was having a bad day. For 3 months? That stopped her cold. Look, I continued, you wanted to control all the communication, decide when we talk, when we text, when we see each other. That's not a relationship. That's you keeping me on a shelf until you're bored. That's not true. Your last text before telling me off was canceling our 3rd date that month. But sure, I'm the problem for wanting to actually see my girlfriend. She tried another angle. My mom's been asking about you. She really likes you. That's nice. Tell her I said hi. My birthday is next week. You know that? I do. Were you even going to acknowledge it? Were you going to invite me? Or would that be too needy of me to assume? More tears, but now I could see the anger underneath. You're being cruel. I'm being exactly what you asked for. Distant, unbothered, not needy. I didn't want this. Then what did you want? Silence. You wanted me to chase you, I said quietly. Beg for your attention. Prove how much I cared while you decided if I was worth your time. That's not. Natalie, go home. We're not done talking. We are though. You ended this 3 weeks ago when you called me pathetic for wanting basic girlfriend interaction. I never said pathetic. Desperate, needy, suffocating. Same difference. I started closing the door. She actually stuck her foot in it. If you close this door, we're done. We've been done since you told me to stop being needy. I just finally listened. Moved her foot with mine, closed and locked the door. She pounded on it for another 5 minutes, yelling about how I'd regret this, how I was throwing away something special, how no one would ever care about me like she did. That last one made me laugh. If this was her version of caring, I'd take being alone. Update 3. The entitlement escalation was swift and spectacular. Next day, I finally checked my phone properly. 134 unread messages from her. Started skimming through them. The progression was actually fascinating. Days 1 to 3, casual, like nothing happened. Days 4 to 7, irritated, demanding responses. Days 8 to 14, alternating between anger and worry. Days 15 to 20, full panic mode, apologies, begging. Day 21, threats. Some highlights. This is really immature of you. I'm willing to forgive you if you apologize now. You're proving my point about being needy. This silent treatment is just another form of neediness. My therapist says you're emotionally abusive. She doesn't have a therapist. If you don't respond by tonight, I'm coming over. I'll call the police and say you're missing. Your stupid ego is ruining everything. I hope you're happy knowing you've traumatized me. But the best one came the morning after her door visit. You've shown your true colors. A real man would fight for the relationship, not play childish games. I'm blocking you. Don't contact me again. I actually laughed. She was blocking me? 20 minutes later, text from an unknown number. This is Natalie. I blocked you, but I have more to say. I blocked the unknown number. Hour later, got an email. Subject line, we need to have an adult conversation. Marked as spam. Then her mom called. Patricia. Always liked her, sweet lady. Hi honey, I'm worried about Natalie. She says you two had a fight? Hi Patricia. We didn't have a fight. She told me I was too needy and to give her space. I did. She's very upset, been crying for days. I'm sorry to hear that. Could you maybe just talk to her? She really cares about you. Patricia, she told me I was suffocating her by wanting to see her more than once a month. That's not caring, that's convenience. Pause. She said that, among other things. Oh honey, I'm sorry. She's always been like this. Her father and I probably spoiled her too much. Not your fault. You're a good man. Don't let her convince you otherwise. Thanks, Patricia. Take care. Next development. Natalie showed up at my work. My foreman called me while I was at a job site. Hey boss, your girl is here. Ex-girl, and don't let her in. She's making a scene. Call the cops if you need to. Really? Really. She left before cops arrived, but not before telling everyone in the office that I was mentally unstable and going through something. My office manager, Donna, 62F, takes no crap from anyone, apparently told her, honey, the only unstable person here is the one showing up at a man's workplace after he dumped her. Then came the social media campaign. Posted this long thing about narcissistic men who can't handle strong, independent women. How she dodged a bullet with someone who played mind games instead of communicating. The comments were interesting. Her friends initially supported her, but then people started asking questions. Wait, didn't you say he was too clingy? I thought you wanted space? Didn't you tell him not to text you? She deleted the post within hours. But my favorite part? She tried to get our mutual friends involved. Went to Derek and Melissa's house, crying about how I was emotionally terrorizing her. Melissa told me later, I asked her one question. Did you or did you not tell him to stop being needy and only text when you felt like it? She couldn't answer, just kept saying that wasn't the point. Update 4 week 4. The grand finale. Got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Almost didn't answer, but something told me to pick up. Is this my name? Speaking. This is Tom Harrison. I'm calling about Natalie. Who? Natalie. I'm her friend. Ah, the backup plan. Okay? She's really torn up about what happened between you two. And you're calling me because? I think you owe her an explanation. Sorry, who are you again? I'm someone who cares about her. How long have you been caring about her? Silence. Let me guess, I continued. You've been friends for a while, always there when she complained about her needy boyfriend, told her she deserved better, maybe grabbed coffee a few times when I was supposedly being suffocating. It wasn't like that. Sure it wasn't. Tell you what, Tom, she's all yours. Enjoy the experience. Just remember, when she starts calling you needy in about 6 months, you volunteered for this. Hung up. Then the legal threat came. Yeah, she went there. Got a letter from some lawyer saying I had emotional distress charges pending for deliberate infliction of psychological harm through sustained neglect and abandonment. I took it to my cousin who's a paralegal. She laughed for 5 solid minutes. This isn't even on official letterhead. It's just some template she found online. So I shouldn't worry? About this? No. About her being completely unhinged? Maybe. Decided to be proactive. Went to the courthouse, filed for a no-contact order. Had documentation of her showing up at my home, my work, the harassing messages, the fake legal threat. Judge granted a temporary restraining order immediately. She was served the next day. The voicemail she left from her friend's phone, violating the order, was unhinged. A restraining order? Are you serious? I'm the victim here. You psychologically abused me. You're going to regret this. My father is friends with the mayor. You're done. You're so done. Forwarded that to my lawyer. Violation number 1. She tried one more time. Sent her friend Brittany to my house with a letter. Brittany seemed embarrassed. I'm really sorry about this, she insisted. I can't take that. There's a restraining order. I know. I told her this was stupid. But she's not handling this well. That's not my problem anymore. For what it's worth, we all knew she was treating you badly. The constantly canceling, the hot and cold stuff. You deserve better. Thanks. She's been like this with every boyfriend, pushes them away, then freaks out when they actually leave. Sounds like she needs therapy, not a relationship. I've been telling her that for years. Final update. It's been 3 months now since the whole thing started. The restraining order is permanent now. She violated it 3 times in the first month with various attempts to contact me through third parties. From what I hear through the grapevine, Tom lasted about 3 weeks before she pulled the same hot and cold routine with him. She's been through 2 more guys since then, lost some friends who got tired of the drama, still posts vague things about toxic exes and surviving emotional abuse. Told people I was stalking her while she was violating a restraining order. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. Started my own contracting business instead of working for someone else. Something I'd wanted to do for years, but Natalie always said was too risky. Been dating someone new for about a month. Her name's Carmen, works as a nurse. Know what she said on our second date? I appreciate how responsive you are with texts. My ex would go days without responding, and it drove me crazy. I laughed. Trust me, communication won't be a problem. The difference is night and day. Carmen actually wants to see me. Makes plans and keeps them. Responds to texts like a normal person. Doesn't treat basic relationship interaction like some massive burden. Ran into Melissa last week at the hardware store. Heard you're doing well. Can't complain. Natalie's still telling people you emotionally abused her. She's entitled to her version of events. Derek ran into her at a bar last weekend. She was drunk, crying about you to some new guy. 3 months later? Apparently you were the one that got away. I didn't get away. She pushed me out, then got mad when I didn't come crawling back. That's what Derek told her. How'd that go? She threw a drink at him. We both laughed. Here's what I learned from all this. When someone tells you that your basic needs are too much, believe them. Don't try to convince them otherwise. Don't minimize yourself to fit their comfort zone. Just walk away. Natalie wanted a relationship entirely on her terms, where she controlled when we talked, when we met, how much attention I was allowed to want. That's not a partnership. That's emotional manipulation. The funniest part? All I did was give her exactly what she asked for. Complete space. No neediness. No texts unless she initiated. And it broke her brain because what she actually wanted was me desperately chasing her while she decided if I was worth her time. Some people don't want a partner. They want a fan club they can turn on and off at will. The restraining order is still active. She still occasionally tries to test it through fake social media accounts or flying monkeys. Each violation gets documented and reported. My lawyer says she's building quite the legal file for herself. Another few violations and she might be looking at actual charges, but that's not my problem anymore. She wanted space. She got an entire universe of it. The best revenge isn't some elaborate plan. Sometimes it's just taking someone at their word and letting them live with the consequences. Thanks for reading this saga. Feels good to get it all out. For anyone dealing with similar hot and cold behavior, you're not needy for wanting basic relationship stuff. You're not suffocating for wanting to see your partner more than twice a month, and you're definitely not desperate for expecting consistent communication. Find someone who actually wants to be with you, not someone who treats you like an inconvenience they occasionally pencil in. Peace out, Reddit. I'm gonna go text my girlfriend. You know, like a normal person in a healthy relationship does.